Hi, my name's Nate, and I just want to share a little bit of my life experience and my testimony with you. I started out with a family that was in construction, heavy construction, building roads and freeways and dams and stuff. And they were my parents were hardworking people, and they drank hard. Probably by the time I was 8 years old, I had experiment with alcohol. And by the time I was 11, I was well on my way to being a full-blown alcoholic. And that got in the way of a lot of things in school. And I got pretty good grades, but I sure had a lot of disciplinary problems. And I had a warped sense of life the way you should live. I was a very angry child, and I would take that out on my fellows. I went to war with all that, and you know, when I got wounded in Vietnam on the second tour, and when I was laying in the hospital bed, I asked God, I said, God, I don't want to die this way, because originally I went to Vietnam to end my life because my life was so unmanageable. Well, then I almost had the chance to die, and I didn't want to die, and God, in His infinite wisdom, saved me. But I turned my back on Him. And there was quite a few years after that when I got out of the service and married. That marriage lasted about 7 years, and I had 2 children from that. And I was estranged from that family because of my drinking. Then I found sobriety. I was in a group setting, and the room went silent for me, and God spoke to me audibly within inside me, and He said He loved me and forgave me. And I remember crying for really the first time in my life, really crocodile tears. I was so overwhelmed with those words. And it was a couple of years later, I received the Lord in my life. I really totally accepted Him as my Lord and Savior. I got to tell you that you think your life was changed, you know, by accepting that and having that heart change. I knew it was different. I knew my life was different. I knew my innermost self was different because I could read the Bible and it made sense to me. It didn't make any sense before that happened. It was like the Spirit opened my eyes and my brain to be able to read and understand what I was reading and hear His message of love for His people. But years later, I still work with a lot of alcoholics, and I do a lot of ministry in that area of my life, and I'm very fulfilled. I'm retired now, and I love my life, and I love evangelism, and I try to do that as much as I can. That seems to be where God's placed me today. Thanks.